Hi, it's me, your teacher. I'm sorry, I get kind of silly after doing a lot of these videos, just talking to myself, but I know that you're listening on the other end, or you will be eventually. All right, in the last video, we talked about singular possessive nouns. Very different from plurals. It's when one person, place, or thing has or owns something, and we show that by adding apostrophe S. Okay, that was a short review. Today we're going to be talking about possessive nouns, plural. This is page 53 in your packet, page 53 and 54. And I'm going to be reading from the top. A plural noun, this will not be a surprise to you, means more than one person, place, or thing. Singular means one, plural means more than one. So a plural names more than one person, place, or thing. Choirs, babies, people, deer. Oh, did you notice deer? It's one of our tricky ones. We talked about it last week. A plural possessive noun is a plural noun that owns or has something. Here's where we get into some fun stuff. If the plural noun ends in an S, you put an apostrophe behind the S. I'm going to say that again. I'm reading it to you. If the plural ends in S, just add an apostrophe. For example, the choir's song. Whose song? Choir's song. So choirs is plural, but it's also showing possession or ownership. So we add an apostrophe. The baby's diapers. Baby, whose diapers? Babies' diapers. Think preschool where you've got multiple babies. So we've already got it plural at babies, but it's also showing ownership. So we add an apostrophe at the end. If the plural noun, remember this time we are talking about plurals and possessives. This can be a little tricky. Try and compartmentalize it. Plural, possessive, and we're binding them together. If the plural noun does not end in S, then you add an apostrophe S. For example, the people's tickets. People is a plural word. Whose tickets? The people's tickets. So to show ownership, I add apostrophe S. We're going to practice these when we Zoom tomorrow or the next day. This one we might not do till Thursday. The deer's antlers. Deer is plural. Whose antlers? Deer's antlers, we add apostrophe S. For your guided practice, let me back up. You need to reread this. You need to look at it before you start your practice work. Don't go by just thinking you can remember what I say. That's how you make careless mistakes. You can't do your best work if you're not using this box up here. Okay? You don't have to have this memorized. Use the box to answer the questions to remind you how to do it. All right, number 1 under your guided practice, rewrite each phrase using a plural possessive noun. The lessons of the teachers. Whose lessons? Teachers' lessons. So we're going to write teachers as a plural, put apostrophe at the end. Teachers is already plural, so we just add an apostrophe. Whose lessons? Teachers' lessons. Talk to yourself. Talk through it. Let's look at number 3 because it's a little different. The beaks of the geese. Whose beaks? Geese's beaks. Now the only reason we can say geese's is because of ownership, not plural. Geese is plural. But when I'm showing ownership, I have to put apostrophe S to show that the geeses own something. They have beaks. Okay, I want you to try the others on your own. 4 and 5, you're going to read them and pick which one is correct. Look at them carefully. 6 through 9, write the plural possessive form of the plural noun in parentheses. Remember, when we're talking about plural nouns, if the plural noun ends in an S, add an apostrophe. If the plural noun does not end in an S, add an apostrophe S. Do you need to remember that all on your own? No, I know I said remember, but I was just reminding you. Look up at the box at the top. Back page, you are going to do more of the same. I want you to look at the apply and write. I want you to write one. It says write several. I'm telling you, you can just write one sentence using a plural possessive noun in your sentence. Okay? Write several sentences telling about going on a picnic or eating a special meal. That question might be the hardest one on the whole page for you, but I want you to try, okay? Alrighty, let's see what's next. Sorry, my texts are coming off. Okay, next is page 55. Confusing proper nouns. Page 55. Common nouns that show family relationship become proper nouns when used as a name or part of a name. So dad, mom, uncle, cousin, grandmother, grandfather, father, mother, and aunt. Those can sometimes be proper nouns when they're used as a name. My aunt brought my grandmother for a visit. Those are just general titles. They're not specific. Look at the next one. Aunt Susie brought grandmother for a visit. Those are actual names, so they're capitalized because they are specific. Now, you'll notice the title of this page is Confusing Proper Nouns because that is a little confusing, wouldn't you say? So, when they're used as a name or part of a name, they're proper. Otherwise, they are general. Common nouns that describe a geographic feature become proper nouns when used as a name or part of a name. Kind of same idea, but now we're going to use like geographic features. Examples. Mountains, common. Ural Mountains, proper. Valley, common. Death Valley, proper. Ocean, common. Pacific Ocean, proper. Great Plains, I'm trying to check and see if this will tell me. Oh, there's how long I've been going. We're good. Plains, common. Great Plains, proper. Coast, common. Pacific Coast, proper. Lowlands, common. The Lowlands, specific. Highlands, common. Scottish Highlands, proper. So if it's general, it's going to be common and not capitalized. If it's a specific name of a mountain or ocean or place, it becomes proper and is capitalized. The mountains are not near the ocean. We don't know what mountains and ocean they're talking about. Those are just general common nouns. The Rocky Mountains are not near the Atlantic Ocean. I think I left the not out on the one before. Let me just back up and do that, reading it correctly. Rewind. The mountains are not near the ocean. Common. I don't know which mountains or which ocean they're talking about. There's a lot of mountains and a lot of oceans. The Rocky Mountains are not near the Atlantic Ocean. Rocky Mountains and Atlantic Ocean are specific places. They are proper nouns. Compass words become proper nouns when used to refer to a region. North, south, east, west. So only if it's referring to something specific. When it says, I live north of the old church, that is common. It's just telling you what direction of the church. There are many large cities in the north. They're talking about the north of the United States, or even the north of California even. So that's going to be proper. It's going to be capitalized. Do you see why this page is titled Confusing Proper Nouns? You always have to be thinking, is this general or is this specific? General or specific, and that's going to help you. Use this box to answer the questions. Go back and reread it. Don't try and do this without rereading this. You should probably go back and look at it 4, 5, 6 times during the lesson. Don't be lazy. Don't be sloppy. Okay, this is going to be a fun one for you to try. I think you're going to actually have kind of fun with it. 56, follow the instructions, and you can do it. The only other thing we have left for language this week is a little flashback to the past. I put this page in. It's divided into quadrants, 4 squares. They say declarative, interrogative, exclamatory, and imperative. You're going to take this piece of paper, cut all the sentences out, then put the sentences, just categorize them underneath the sentence where they fit. This way you get to practice something that we learned way back at the beginning of the year and make sure you're not losing it, okay? All right, boys and girls, I'll be talking to you in our Zooms this week. I love you. I miss your faces. Bye-bye.